Hello everyone. In today's video, I'll explain a strategy that I learned to be able to read faster. This is especially useful in university if you have to read these long academic papers, which can take a lot of time and be tedious. Although nowadays you probably just use AI, ChatGPT to just summarize that, but sometimes you do need to read stuff to memorize something or to really get the picture. So before using this strategy, I was taking a long time to read. I could understand things well, but it took me a long time, so it wasn't very efficient. And now with this strategy, what it involves is you start off by, for the first 3 pages you read of a text, you ignore the first 2 words and the last 2 words of a line, and you just move on to the next line. And at first you won't quite understand what you're reading very well, but you should ignore that. And what this basically does is it trains your peripheral vision to just switch to the next line, and it forces you to improve that vision and be able to actually see those characters. So the idea is you do that for 3 pages, and once you're done, you switch back to reading normally, and you'll actually notice that you're faster at reading just because you now are just using that peripheral vision. It forces you to just go quicker through the lines. It's this very small detail, but it's actually very useful once you start applying it consistently, because you actually start reading much faster. And as I said, at first you don't quite understand what you're reading when you're doing those first 3 pages, but even now that I start reading like that with the first 3 pages, you can still get the main context of the text, and it just like doubles your reading speed. So I guess the return on investment is great. So yeah, that's essentially the strategy. One thing is, at first you might not notice this difference. The first time you try this, it might, you won't notice much difference. But if you apply this every time you read something, I said the first 3 pages, but it's up to you. That just the first chunk of text, you force yourself to do that exercise of just reading that more middle part of the line. And if you repeat that for, a couple of weeks, months, you will see a change in speed. And it's quite essential when you have to study, let's say, for some exams or some very big text. It's extremely useful. So yeah, try it out, and thank you for watching.